Hello miners, Rusty coming at you with a Twosun knife review. Today we're looking at the Twosun TS338. It's in D2 steel. It's a night morning design and it's a button lock. This knife is in titanium with micarta scales here. Titanium backspacer, lanyard loop, titanium pocket clip. It's got some holes drilled in there and it's got some monster thumb studs. So we'll get down to the nitty gritty. Okay, well, we had to pause for just a second, let the dog out. So we were talking about the button lock, and when we, of course, is running on bearings, we take a peek at that. Not exactly the way I like to see them. Again, they're only drilled not all the way through, but mostly just halfway through. But it has this stop pin and it locks up securely. So we'll go ahead and take it to ergos. Ergos on this knife are fine. It's a little bit chunky. Not feeling the pocket clip there. And you do have a move up position. We got some nice jimping on here. And these thumb studs actually can kind of help for where you place your thumb on top. Got this clip point blade. You can see the shape of that. Gets down nice and thin. And we have a black stonewash finish, which I think is done really well. A little bit of a sharpening choil, not perfect. It's coming right where the plunge grind ends, so you might get a smile out of this one. As far as deployment, it's working well. I can do thumb stud and finger flick. And I believe we're looking at a 3-inch blade. Before we get any comparisons out, I'm going to go ahead do a cut test. So we're going to start. Yes. Yep. Guys, we are on about video number 5 of 6 for Twosuns, and I think we are 5 for 5 on sharpness. Happy with that. So, what are we going to compare this to? I should mention this is compliments of Tang Li. He sells the Twosuns and the 6-leaf brand. And this one's also compliments of Tang Li. This is a rattlesnake design. It's a 6-leaf button lock. And this Twosun will run you about $100. And this one will run you about $45. And it's got all micarta. It's got the, whoops, you know, the button lock here. Same kind of drilling. Might have done a little bit better job on this. I think, oh, I was showing you guys the 198. I believe it was 193. The other is a Mazwan Mokhtar, and that had a great button lock the way that it was drilled. So this one's also chunky, but it has really good ergos. It just the way it fits my hand. I do like this. I do have a review out on this, and I would call that just a slight drop point, and we have sort of a micro bead blasting. I did talk to Rattlesnake, and I forget what kind of finish he put on there. Might have been a ceramic, kind of like a ceramic bead blast. So let's go ahead and get some other knives out. Maybe you guys are more familiar. We're looking at a 3-inch blade here. We got the Benchmade Reptilian with also close to a 3-inch blade, and Benchmade's also kind of chunky in the hand. It's a little slimmer, a little more lightweight than this one. And of course, we're looking at S30V on this. However, it doesn't quite get as thin on this. The grind is different, and it does, in my opinion, going to make this one more slicey. So, if you guys are into that. Plus, now I went and bought a aftermarket clip for a bug out and put that on there just to get a little bit of a deeper carry. I'm going to also bring out a knife I've carried quite a bit. That would be the Civivi Badlands Vagabond. And this one also feels a little chunky in hand. Has that lanyard loop. Move up position like so. And this is a hollow grind on here. And it has just a liner lock. Multiple deployments on this. So a little bit smaller thumb studs. Let's take a look at the placement. So that's what you're looking at for the placement on the thumb studs. And on this one, yep, they're in about the same place. But again, a lot of people complain because these are so monstrous. I think it's okay on this knife. This knife just looks like a beefy tank. And so if you have a beefy thumb stud, then that's okay here. Titanium backspacer and mucho milling on the inside here. Get my finger out of there, see if we can see what they did to the milling. Maybe you guys can see that, but it's laddered, if you will. And so a lot of milling on there. So let's talk again about those button locks. I have looked on my Civivi Cogent, and they did the same thing. So the way that they did, drilled that. So, and it's pretty kind of rare if you get one that was all the way through. You guys will see one on a video I'm going to do here, released pretty soon, and I'll point that out to you. But for now, we'll just kind of do a price comparison. Let me know what you guys think. The Twosun and D2 for $100, or the 6-leaf for $45. Take a peek at that micarta. And we have these deep carry pocket clips, so that 6-leaf is probably going to carry a little deeper. And that's kind of what we're looking at for you. So, okay, guys, let me know what you're carrying. Thanks for checking out the Miner.